Let's turn the tunes down. My camera is way too big, so we're going to get that scaled down. All right, that should be good. Fade, bam. All right. Hey, everybody. How are y'all doing today? Today is the final 24 hours. It's the final hours of Enterprise Part 1. Also, my lights feel really bright, but oh well. I'll have to adjust that later. My lights feel like super bright. Super bright today. See if that helps. There we go. That helped a little bit. That was super bright. There is a such thing as too much rev. There indeed is a such thing. So today we're going to talk about the month a little bit. We are going to cover some of the more fun things. For those that don't know, we do have tomorrow's video is, of course, the Monday following the arc. So we're going to be doing our survey, going over what y'all thought about the month. Now, those of you who have never done this before, maybe you're a new player, etc. We do these every month. We just finished going through all the details of last year, so we'll have a 2023 complete recap by y'all's grading standards. I can share some of that with y'all if y'all want. I've actually already shared some of it in my Discord. So, again, perks of joining the Discord. You get to see all this information first. But in here, there are some slight changes I want to point out. So, normal stuff that you're used to seeing, you know, if you want to go ahead, and I'm just going to click some buttons just so I can get through here. But the last page has some changes of how we're doing things slightly different. Kind of like a little poke and scope is out. But anyway, before we get to it, officer grading, that's kind of the same. Again, mark it how you feel it. I'm just going to hit buttons at the moment. Feature grading did focus on Export Faction and Xindi. I assume that there's going to be a lot of this right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. And mark those. I'm just marking these randomly. I don't expect y'all to agree with anything that I'm currently clicking. I'm literally just clicking things, okay? Y'all can click or not click. So we added this question in specifically for this month. This is a new event type. Heroic Trip Tucker SMS that did not have a matching leaderboard. Did you like it or prefer it or no? And then see why. So like you liked it when they did the XSLB with it, or you liked it when they did the Janeway leaderboard with it. What did you prefer? Mark that down here. It is a required question, so I'm just going to hit that one. Next up, we just got grading comms, which is normal. Y'all can put whatever you want there. And then last but not least, here is a big one. Did you feel this month was more quality than quantity? Yes or no? Simple as that. Easy as pie. You decide. So these are the changes and the alterations that have been made to this month's form, and y'all can vote as you will. Now, this will have a video out tomorrow. I do encourage you to watch the video because remember, watching the videos helps out the content creator. So that's me. But yeah, there's the link, and again, we'll go through all of this today. But I also wanted to spend this day finding what you enjoyed from this month. Like, what was a fun thing that you did? What was your favorite game memory from January 2024? I don't care if it was something that has nothing to do with the new updates or anything. I want to know what y'all's favorite game memory was. Like, I truly am curious from this month, right? Can anyone who puts, sorry, there's something blocking the rest of your message, be outed on your stream? Put yes. No, they can't, because if you legitimately do believe that this was a quality month, you're not going to get shamed. That's not what we're here for. That's not what we're here for. I am very, very much anti-shaming. So no, if you do believe it's a quality month, you're going to get the fullest support from Rev Deuce. Fullest support from Rev Deuce. Curly Hawk says their good memory was they locked their first 1 billion rep and moved to 44. That is fantastic. Congratulations, Curly Hawk. I too have been making some work and moves. I started doing some of my catch-up rep with Fed last night. It's currently at 39 million. Woo! So we moved up to celebrate it. I need to keep moving that along, though. To keep moving that along. Brandon says not quality mod, still not 5 minutes. I'm at 5 minutes for the single chest pull, so I'm content with it. I don't hate it now, but I'm not like, oh man, this is a must have. But I don't dislike it either. So Rev supports all views unless you think you don't need more Neelix. Yeah, if you don't think you need more Neelix, well, spoiler alert, last year, the month with the highest rated officers. Highest, like as in the favorite officers of the entire month. I'm sorry, entire year of 2023. Neelix. Oh God, what irony. What irony. The best month officer grading wise was Neelix. That was the top. It doesn't get any higher than Neelix. I'll show you all the grades here. Give me just a second. Let me put this on the screen. Again, we're going to do a video about this. I don't know if anybody wants to help make some of these graphics pretty, because I'll be honest, I don't have the energy. But if there is somebody out there who wants to make very pretty graphics with this information, hit me up. I'll give you access to the documentation and you can make very pretty graphics, or you're going to get Rev ugly, just copy and paste graphics. But here you go. The month with the highest officer grade and the highest positive swing. Neelix. Neelix. You dirty Neelix loving group. Y'all are terrible humans. You're obsessed with Neelix. And it's disturbing. It's disturbing, actually, how obsessed with Neelix you appear to be. Do you talk to your mother with that Neelix mouth? Man. Neelix is 7 of 9. I promise you, meme, it's not about 7 of 9. As much as I like 7 of 9, had nothing to do with 7 of 9. So, but yeah, this is your full entire year 2023 of the grades. This is how the entire thing rounded out. So this is the basic history of all things. Now it doesn't include what all was included in completion, because that would just be too much. But like, there are some surprising things that I think if players could go back in time on, they would change. For example, what do I think players would change? I don't think players would have the Borg cube with a better grade than the Monavine. Now the Monavine is annoying because it doesn't have as much use when you unlock it, but the Monavine's a must have if you're a player in the 50s. It is so good for you if you're in the 50s. Yet the Borg cube actually got a better grade than the Monavine, and a better grade than the Titan A. So it's there we go. There we go. And I'm very curious to see how stability grades this month. For me, stability was far improved, but I know that's not the case for everybody, as I've gotten plenty of messages informing me of how terrible things were and are. But yeah, more to the point, Winterscope is going to admit there are issues. They already admit there are issues, Viper, but I don't think admitting it's the problem. I think doing something about it's the problem. What percentage of players are in the 50s? Not many. Not many. There are about 15,000-ish people in the 50s right now. When I checked earlier this month, I will check again to start February. I'll pull all the numbers and look at them. Shout out to Mend, who helps me with that. Very, very appreciative. And there were 70,000 people in the 40s. So there's definitely a lot of people getting ready to go into the 50s, hence us making all these videos. So yeah. You dispute that about the Monavine Mouse 47. It's a massive help for me trip-wise. Well, that's great, Pegasus. I don't know what you're disputing, though. I don't know what you're disputing. The Titan A was the worst ship of the year. See, I strongly disagree. I strongly disagree. The Titan A max fortification ability has been so helpful in crucial situations for me. I love the Titan A's max fortification. It's easy to forget about the Titan because we have the Cerritos. But the Titan, that second ability, is worth its weight in gold press platinum for me personally. So I love the Titan A. I would actually rate the Titan A above the Borg cube. I would say the Borg cube is the most useless special ship that we got. And I freaking love that it's a Borg cube. Like, I like that it's a Borg cube. It's pointless. If I had to choose right now, take the Star Trek love out of it and only for a game perspective, what would I rather have, the Titan A or the Borg cube in Star Trek Fleet Command? Titan A, hands down, not even close. Like, screw the Borg cube. Yeah, it's paltry little researches it has. Give me max fortification. Also, Roboski properly points out the Titan A is going to give you the rare fleet commander things that you need, and fleet commanders are clearly becoming more and more part of the game. So the Titan A is undervalued, and I think the Titan A is undervalued because you've already got the Cerritos, you've already got the Defiant that can do boosting, so that's all people see. But Titan A is actually good, in my opinion. In my opinion, it's better than the Borg Cube. But anyway, these are just the general grades, and we'll go over that in a video on its own right and kind of go a little bit more detail about it. So take the Star Trek love out of the game. You're starting to sound like Scopely. Ah, sorry, Lee, you got me. You got me. My name is actually
Big S. And I'm here to inform you that if you want to enjoy Star Trek Fleet Command at its highest potential, join us in the VIP lounge. All you have to do is spend about $20,000 United States each year. You can get access to your own community manager. You can get access to talking to the devs who won't listen to you. You can get access to the greatest things in the world. What do you have to do? Buy more packs. You know what we're doing here? Star Trek Fleet Command.
There you go. There you go. Best place to grind for 4-star parts Klingon. Doesn't seem to always be highest you can go. I mean, the drops of what you get are based on the hostile level, but then again, like how many hostiles you can hit and what the warp range is, definitely going to vary. Going to vary. Oh, Dozer, I don't know if you know that. That's Big S. That's our Big S voice. I need to find his mask and get it charged, but that's Big S. It's probably not as effective when it's just me here. So, yeah. Oh, man. Good times. Oh my gosh, Big S is hilarious. Oh my gosh. This is not how I expected the stream to start. Yeah. Anyway, I love y'all. I love y'all. What was another positive memory y'all had in January? What positive memories do y'all have in January? Viper says for Trip to be a Voyager officer, that Star Trek lore has already been taken out of the game. Well, look, if you're coming to video games for your lore, you're coming to the wrong place. It's most video games I play are not lore centric unless the game is the lore. All right, like Mass Effect, the game is the lore. Halo, the game is the lore. But Star Wars games I play, actually, arguably the best Star Wars game that came out last year is completely non-canon, no canonical at all. It's great. It's great. Good morning, Ian. How are you doing? Good morning. How are you doing? Hope we get sourcing for the Enterprise E crew. They're very good. So yeah. What about your material XSLB? Is this not sourcing enough for you? You want more sourcing than a leaderboard event? That's really weird. Feel like you're being greedy. You want more than a leaderboard event? Kind of messed up if you ask me. Kind of greedy. How dare you? How dare you? I'm just messing with you. Your officer ability looks to be aimed about Xindi. In a way, it works. Yeah, honestly, the officer ability is meh, even against the Xindi. And cool, whatever. I don't think many people are going to be using it. How am I doing? Nelson, I'm doing. How are you? David says, I went from being in a 6 to 7 place alliance to being recruited to the 2nd place alliance on the server. Very different being in a spinner group of 461 plus players. That sounds fun. Do you like it? Do you like it? Is that a positive for you? Because we celebrate positives. We don't celebrate negatives. Is that a good thing? Are you enjoying that? You're sick. Getting worse. Caught it from the kids. Kids are petri dishes. As a father of 3, let me go ahead and tell you, you'll never be fully healthy again in your life. Your job is actually to give part of your health to them so that they can live and you can give them your life. Yeah. So far good, but very intense. See, a lot of people give a lot of gruff to high-level players and spenders without realizing that a lot of them are very organized, hardcore players who care very much about what's going on and how things go. Like, they're not just out here buying a packs and finishing. Every high-level alliance I've played in, very organized, very structured. We're doing this. If you don't do this right, you're out. It's definitely a style of play that maybe not everybody would be used to, or even not everybody would enjoy, honestly, because you talk about the whole FOMO, fear of missing out, and everything else. Man, that'll hit you hard. It'll hit you hard. Let me hit these ticket events real quick. Pretty sure I didn't finish all of them yesterday. Did I do this one? Oh, I did finish that one. Did I finish that one? Oh, I managed to. I still got to do my Eclipse one. We'll go ahead and activate these. Ride the whale tail. Hey, nothing wrong with it because there are ways to contribute. So everybody punches in, everybody helps out a little. All right, recruit. We can actually upgrade trip with this. I still got to do Eclipse. And don't forget, everybody, it is Sunday, which means Anomalous Phenomenon. If you haven't done it, go do it. Those 92 days of speed ups each week help out so much. Are we talking waves? We certainly can. I mean, this wasn't the focus of the month. I have had some great wave defenses this month, and it was a lot of fun. But I realized that for a lot of players, there's been problems. And by a lot of players, I mean a lot of players, there's been problems. So I don't want to make it sound like, you know, there are no issues with waves, because there certainly have been. At the same time, I do think that overall waves have been more received in a positive way this year, or I'm sorry, this month, because, well, they didn't try to make you do them every day. I think that small change was critical in the perception of waves. So I think people have enjoyed it more coming into this month and how they rolled them out this month. But again, I'm not going to sit here and try to, you know, say that waves are beloved and waves make everybody happy, because I don't think that's the case. But let me go and upgrade Trip Tucker here. Giving him some below deck stats right now. He has good health stats. Obviously, he's focused on defense, but he's got good health stats too, which I appreciate. Finally have the Corvus, but can't use it because of the trip repair costs. Jockey, this is why you need that Monavine up and going. The Monavine will help cover all those woes. The Monavine, big for that. Do you have the Monavine? Are you using it daily? Are you taking it out there and exploring strange new worlds with it? Make sure you're using the Monavine. Make sure you're using the Monavine. All right, we need to swap this around, not for the cube, but we got to go do our Xindi grind. And we need to go set our Monavine out to do its grind real quick while I'm talking to y'all, answering questions. So I have to multitask. Like, if I don't do my loops right now, man, it's tough to do everything in this game. A little difficult. Not sure if y'all have experienced that, but it's a little difficult to do everything in this game. Waves always crash the first round if you run down the checklist. See, I've had waves crash one time in 2 months. Once. On both my Samsung S21 and my PC. But I have so many reports, I know it's happening. I know it's a problem, and I've passed up. But better or worse, I'm not experiencing it. I'm grateful. I hate for those that are experiencing it, but I'm grateful that I'm not really experiencing it. So, have you launched Ops 50 yet? Nope. I have no real desire to go Ops 50 plus right now. There's no real need for me to. Like I said in the last live stream Humor on YouTube, you know, there are 70,000 players in the 40s. Only about 15,000 players in the 50s and 60s. I'm trying to stay around where everybody else is, so I'm in no rush right now. I will go up into the 50s this year, but the big thing for me is sticking with everybody else, and I don't want to surpass them. So I want to make sure that we're all on the same page. So just need to have a control of ways for who can join, who can't. I agree, Dozer. Yeah, I mean, that's feedback that we provided the first month that they came out. But I mean, also at the same time, they've been very clear that those type of changes take time. I mean, I hope that ends up happening. I don't know how many, I guess this is an opportunity for the chat. How many of y'all have the issue where trolls just pop into your wave defenses and never leave? How many of y'all have that issue? Oh, man. Let's see. I'm trying to think. The last time I talked to game design, did we even talk about this? I mean, we have before, but I don't think the last time we did. I'm still working on finishing that video from Friday, but did we even talk about that? I don't think we did. So yeah, I don't know if that's going to get changed in the near future or not. I was going to err on the side of no, but say that it's being discussed. I honestly don't think that's part of our I don't think we talked about that in our last meeting. So, but I will definitely bring it up. Don't worry. I'm still bringing up the fact that the Meridian has no sourcing 3 years later besides event source. Like, I'm still doing that. I've been begging them, like, hey, while you're working on adding the Montavine construction yard, do something for the freaking Meridian. So we declared war on 3 alliances in a single day because of randoms joining or refusing to bounce. Since then, miraculously, randoms joined then bounce. Or you, okay. So you're saying you made it worse, Nelson? You made the problem worse for yourself? That's how I'm interpreting it. You made the problem worse. That's what it sounds like. You made it worse. I don't know if that's what you meant. Had a guy who joined, ended up refusing to do anything because I killed a mob he wanted to attack, even though it was out of the triangle for him. That sounds lame. That sounds lame, Vasupa. So, I mean, I do agree with you all that there should be better ways to control who gets in. Absolutely. I do agree with that. The new no sizes, Meridians need some love. Man, I last night on stream hunted, had to be 4 or 5 million OPC Meridian. 4 to 5 million in OPC Meridian, which I freaking loved. I freaking loved. We use Discord to organize, join all the time. I mean, my alliance is typically pretty organized and uses Discord to get to wave 10 and complete it. And they actually will shame us in alliance chat if we don't finish wave 10. They will shame us in alliance chat if we don't finish wave 10. So there's a lot of peer pressure there. There's a lot of peer pressure. We need to make more wave defense locations to lock others out. Otherwise, it'd be impossible for people to hold up the wave. We just honestly need to be able to make it to where the person who runs it can kick out people who aren't supposed to be there. To me, that seems the simplest fix. I mean, I say simplest as somebody who is not a coder. I am not a game designer. That seems like the simplest fix. Like, just allow the person who controls things to determine who gets in and who gets out. So, yeah, and that's also been brought up, Lee, having a waves chat. You know, a separate tab for that. And I think that also is a legitimately good idea. Gather your 5 and jump to another system. I mean, sure nuts, but we're talking about trolls here. And I'm not sure if you've experienced this, but there are literally people who will just continue to see anytime that little icon pops up and monitor it so they can troll. So it's been a few servers that have hit me up with that. And there's just specific people who will jump in as soon as I see somebody leave, jump into another one. And yes, fantasy. No fantasy. I'm actually walking through a beautiful field of warm flowers, and I'm bringing my room with me. I just have that level of power. So I'm like Magneto, and everything that you see behind me is metal. So I'm just kind of bringing it with me as I walk. So that's why you don't mind ISO with the Meridian anymore. Well, Robotsky, now you're just hurting people. Why are you hurting people? Mine it with Meridian. There's nothing wrong with giving OPC to people. Why are you being mean? Why are you being mean? Oh, that's the interior. That's not what I wanted. Honestly, it doesn't matter. I can use whatever. Put the cavort back out there. Revs on spacewalk? I am. I actually am orbiting the moon right now. I'm orbiting the moon right now. Now, you say that too, Laura. I've been OPC hunting every day forever, right? Like, we were OPC hunting token space on stream last night. Good times. Good times had by all. I'm always going to OPC hunt, but it's always more fun. Like last night, I was getting hits of like 800,000 isogen. It's exciting to see that much. It's exciting. So, was there any reason given for second syndicate event being solely for payers? It's always been that way, Viper. Like, that is a spend event. There were some free to play who got the first level. We were talking about it in my Discord. But yeah, that's a heroic SMS. Dude, Zistrek, how do you think I get all of my materials to refine every day? Hunting OPC. Token space has got millions of ore, crystal, and gas. I never have to mine it. Am I mining ISO right now being mean? Well, I actually woke up with 2 miners destroyed this morning because I left them out on ISO nodes. So I've got 1 repairing right now. And then I've got to go do ore for my daily, but then I will go back out and mine isogen. So I don't care if I get hit OPC. You can check my logs. I let myself get hit OPC all the time. Let's see what this one gave. Oh, he actually got me before it was OPC. All right, what about this one? This is in token space. I gave away 1.4 million in token space. Oh well, no big deal. See, Catelli, no big deal. I give it away. Nothing wrong with giving away some OPC. So I'm 50 BPs away from getting the Voyager. What was the best way to get faction credits until then? Borg. I mean, besides doing your dailies and everything, the Borg probes and, well, not the probes themselves, but doing your Borg refinery. Unless you have some mid and 50s and 60s, low 4s, you don't have chance of waves. Not true, Glenn. Literally just put out a video. I have got so many different people in the just pure 30s who are getting to wave 4, 5. Now, getting to wave 6, you're probably going to have some really spender 39s. Not even probably. You're going to have spender 39s if you're trying to keep it below level 40. But yeah, you can definitely make it deep into waves without needing 60s. Now, are you going to beat wave 10? I'm probably going to need 60s. But that's also always been the design. Remember, waves are set up in segments. Wave 3, wave 6, wave 10 are milestone waves. So players in the 30s can get past the first milestone, which is by design. Now, I do agree that the first 2 waves need to be made easier for like the low 30s players. Absolutely. But can players in the 30s get past the first milestone? Absolutely. Absolutely. So let's see, this travel time. What else we got? We got to go do our huge trials. Let's go do those. Well, I mean, anybody that's getting to wave 7 at 39 have got really good forbidden tech, right, Coalition? And I didn't hide that in the video. I talked about these aren't normal 39s, but can regular 39s, if they're crewing right and using good tactics and coordination, get to wave 4, wave 5? Absolutely. Absolutely. I've seen it happen. So it just comes down to actually putting in the research to figure out what works and then implementing that for you and your players. So House 42, I can make through wave 5 before going 303 trader hunting. CGG, I'd worry. Are you actually using forbidden tech? Are you using exocomps? Are you using the Titan strategy I showed where you can bring a Titan in and boost everybody with max fortification and then haul ass? You know, and then not use the Titan, but have just used it to apply the boost. Are you doing all those tactics? Or are you just flying in with the regular hostile crew, not worrying about what my attachments are, my exocomps are, my forbidden techs are, and then you blow up in wave 5? So, you know, the good thing to me about waves is they require strategy. It's not just blindly go into them. If you want to contribute to waves, you're going to have to figure out how to make your ship work. And I think that's a good thing. To me, that's a positive. Someone asked about 4-star broken parts earlier. The 51 plus rare formation armada systems has 4-star parts if you can reach them. As does the DQ systems, Darren. As does the DQ system. In those, you know, the Borg attachment systems that you can go to that we summoned from. So, yay, tickets. Yay, tickets. How about if you don't kill a ship, you don't get points on each level? That sounds awful, Glenn. Do any other ship skins start in the Apex Outlaw store? No. Those are the only ones that are in there. That's it. Just those sets. The salvage skins and then the assimilated Stella skin once you've got a max Stella. So, yeah. Is it possible T6 to be able to beat T6 boosted? Yeah. See, that's the thing, Vic, because remember, tier 6 of a wave is a milestone wave. So tier 6 is actually going to pay out more than other tiers. It's actually tier 6 or wave 6 pays out more than wave 7 does. So if it takes getting boosted and getting organized, you're giving yourself a lot more credits. So it's worth it, in my opinion. Yo, what's up, Black Ushkar? How you doing? I actually believe you should stop getting rewards at the wave you die. Okay. So you believe that if you get to wave 7, you should get wave 7 rewards. I don't agree with that because you didn't beat wave 7. The only compromise would be convincing Scopely to give you a partial set of rewards based on like how many of the hostiles you killed. But we both know they're not going to do that. We both know they're not going to do that. Who made a stingy suggestion? What do you mean? What do you mean? What you mean, Trax? I got Lube's mouse pad because I can never remember where spawns are. Yeah, he told me don't make one, so I never made one myself, Zristek. It's a great mouse pad. Only get rewards for the waves you died on. I still don't see how that's stingy, Trax. I don't agree with the suggestion, but I don't see how it's a stingy suggestion. I don't think that's what they meant either. I think they were simply saying that if you make it to wave 7 but can't beat it, you should get wave 7 rewards. I don't think they were saying that you shouldn't get any rewards if you don't, contribute. All right, so we've done that. We need to go do our freebooters. We'll go hit 53s, hopefully getting a Nova blueprint to drop. Obviously, that's super heckin' rare, but you never know. Sometimes it can happen. You never know. Sometimes it can happen. Do or do not, there is no try. A wrong franchise, but great quote. Great quote. It's the wrong franchise. Ops46 here. Would you prioritize spending gas on maxing Cerritos or getting Voyager? Voyager to max level for your level. I would focus on Voyager. Whichever one am I using? Like a $150 one that I found on Amazon on a Black Friday. Just a little below desk treadmill. So nothing like fancy, nothing crazy, nothing super expensive. So he wants to screw lower players because he thinks they don't deserve help. I don't know, man. Y'all can argue amongst that amongst yourselves because it's never happening anyway. Trax, I think you're trying to turn the argument into something it's not. You don't have to just defend the low levels. Everybody realizes that, high levels need low levels to feed on, low levels need high levels. It's an ecosystem. But that's also why the rewards are how they are. Now, I will say this, Traxon. Even a level 32 can contribute for 10 waves if their job is to hunting traders. So if they die and aren't doing anything for 3 waves, they shouldn't get rewards, in my opinion, if you're getting purely carried. Because even a level 32 player can at least kill the traders. So if you blow your ships off and you have no ships left, after 3 waves, yeah, that's kind of messed up. Because now you're making somebody else work harder. So yeah, they really don't deserve the rewards if they are showing that they don't understand the mechanics of the wave defense. Those rewards should go to somebody else. But again, those changes are all hypothetical because they're not going to happen. Yeah, even level 32 players can contribute all the way to wave 10. And if they die in wave 3 and they aren't doing anything, that says one of 2 things. They didn't care or they don't understand how wave defenses work. So I can understand the argument for them not getting a reward past where they died. Because you can have that 5th player who is extremely critical, especially as the longer waves go on, you get more of these zoomy traders. It's important to get those killed. So, and when we do the big ones, the Section 31 facade or whatever waves, I'm the small guy. That's my job. And if I suck at my job, I get chewed out. So, all right, getting carried is a common thing in STFC. This is also true. The name of the game has always been tactics, right? You want to help out, make it to wave 5, can't do traders because there was someone who joined explicitly for traders. Then that sounds like this isn't what you're describing is an issue with your alliance and how y'all coordinate things, not an issue with Nelson's idea. If your alliance doesn't coordinate well, that's an issue with your alliance. And that's something that we found out a lot of. A lot of alliances do not do waves well. I would argue most alliances don't do waves well. That's an issue with your alliance, not with Nelson's idea. We coordinate well. The smallest guy's doing the traders. Well, your words say otherwise, Trax. Like I said, if you're dead and you're not doing anything, I don't think you should get anything. I agree with that idea. I think they should go. The reward should go to the people who are still killing hostiles in that way. But again, this is all hypothetical because it's never going to change. It's not going to happen. Like, they're not changing the scoring mechanic, so it doesn't matter anyway. We're arguing over an idea that has no chance of happening. Part of the issue is some big guns who just hit anything. Yeah, and that's stupid. This is why we put out these videos about the tactics and how you should properly run them. That was the whole premise of the video that we did the other day. You know, it's getting people to understand how you need to run these to be effective and to have success. But even then, it's tough to get everybody on board. Good evening, MHP. How are you doing? Hope you're having a fantastic day. Come in. Tell us your favorite thing about January. Like, what happened, regardless of it has to do with the content. What did you enjoy? What if you know you can't kill the higher level ships and you stay around for the hostiles? You can still kill the traders, Gil. The traders are 300 power at wave 1 and wave 10. So, wave 1 and wave 10. So you can always kill something. That's one of the good things for lower level players in waves, and there ain't many of them. That's one of the good things, is that you can allow them to be there and contribute. So, best strategy for small is the kamikaze, the large ships slow them. Yeah, that's great. At wave 10, absolutely, Sherlock. If you can help slow things down for the bigs who are having to carry, that's great. If you can save your ships till wave 10, or the last wave y'all usually get to, so that you can slow them down, that buys you 6 seconds on a hostile, right? That 6 seconds can be huge if you're down to 2 players who can still contribute, or 3 players who can still contribute. If you can use your, 4 ships between 2 people to delay those hostiles, that's big too. So, haven't done any waves since the first week it came out. It's too complex for my limited time available. That's fair, Alexandre. That's completely fair. Because, a good wave run, if you're going to try to beat all of it, it's going to take you a good 15 minutes. And that doesn't count the coordination aspect and, hey, my alliance wants me to go do this, and this is my target, so. Hey, Carlo, well, welcome in. Welcome to the game. Hope you're having a good time. Always feel free to ask questions. It is a very expansive game, which I guess is a good thing after 5 years, but at the same time can give you quite the learning curve. So if you have questions or need help, just let us know. And, oh, Armada. Here. I'll send in. Not going to get there in time. Screw it. I'll launch one with the Katinga that I rarely use. My Klingon battleship getting some love. When is Incursion? It's not been officially announced, Paula. I assume it's going to be on the 2nd of February, which is this upcoming Friday. I assume, but they've not officially released the date. They've not officially released the date. So, need to learn cruise? Carlo, that's what we're here for, man. And the crew subject is a great one and a difficult one because people have all kinds of crews all over the place, right? All kinds of crews all over the place. Q, thank you for donating $1.99 to the family. Thank you so much. I can't do what I do without amazing people like you. Thank you, Q. You're awesome. Loves, hearts. I appreciate you. If anybody else wants to contribute to me and my 3 children, we got PayPal, we got Venmo, we got Cash App. All of it's optional. We don't make you pay to be here, but it does help keep the lights on, keep the bills paid. Thank you. Killed the traders in Xindi, started at 6-2 and got an E-system in a row. Nice MB. That is kind of like the most optimal strategy. For me personally, I never get good luck, man. We have too many people on my server who are constantly going through the Xindi systems. So I'm still struggle busting on that one. But I want to do that. That's my goal. But have not had a lot of success lately on said goal. Happy Sunday. Would you recommend getting the $100 territory season pass versus $50 territory pass? Take an ice miner or an FT. Douglas, I would not recommend the $100 territory pass personally. I would recommend getting the Forbidden Technology whip. I would recommend getting the whip, which you said you already have. I would wait till an event store to get the ice miner. Keep in mind, Douglas, that if you're asking my opinion, I'm a poor boy from a poor family. So I'm going to choose things that are much more frugal options. I would wait to an event store to get a free Meridian. I wouldn't buy one. I would not buy the Territory Battle Pass. I personally don't see enough value in it, but I'm also in the #1 alliance on my server. So I know that in my alliance, I'm going to get a drip once we recapture everything, but I know that I'm going to get a drip of the chronometric particles. So I don't care that the battle pass gives extra chronometric particles. I put myself on a budget, right? This account gets a battle pass and a $100 pack a month. That's it. That's it. And then my other accounts get nothing. Like, I even have an account that I play in the 50s. I haven't spent on that account in 7 months, which is why it's dead. My account on 97, $0 spent. My account on 32, which I do log into randomly. Don't spend money on that one. You know, so it would have to be just a great value for me to want to go and buy it, which I got to do. I forgot to do yesterday's wave defense. Damn. But I knew I would forget it. But this below decks, is there anything there that I just like desperately need? And my answer is no. There are nice things, but would I spend money for it? No. Although I will admit, I do love the frame. But I'm not going to spend money just so I can get a frame. That's just me personally. It's just me personally. Is there very few 50s on my server? Most waves are mixed alliances. That actually sounds great. I miss you on 63. Another account that I didn't spend money on. I think on 63, I bought the extra builder and the extra researcher, and that was it. I think that was it. So, in that account, I actually don't remember what email it is. It's on the other computer. When we replaced my computer, I did not go and get all the different accounts off BlueStacks. So, I actually don't remember what that one was on. So, oopsies. Oopsies. I'm gonna go and collect all these. Research is worth it in my opinion, but never a big BP, just a cheap one. Yeah, I mean, if I am going to buy a BP, I always am typically going to do the cheap one. I don't buy the big $100 ones if I'm going to buy a BP. And again, not telling anybody here to buy a BP, but if you are going to do it, I would typically push you in the direction of doing the cheaper one, because the idea is to get the rewards. And I don't feel like the $100 ones match up to the price point, usually. So I feel like they match up to the price point usually. All right. Just skip those for now. There we go. Don't fall off. All right, we have lots of new friends from 58. Yeah, mergers are a thing, man. Mergers are a thing. So, since the wave favors are so expensive, we're the most important ones to get. We'll do a video on that when people are anywhere near getting those. But that's why I haven't done a video on them, because nobody's near getting them. Everybody should be focusing on rep and other things, and the primary 3 favors, which most people have not unlocked. But the biggest one people are going to want to get is going to be the probably the speed up for, where is it at? The Armada speed up one. Where's it at? The Armada speed up. Am I skipping it? Where's that at? Oh, it's not in export? Oh, it's in section 31. That's right, that's in section 31. But in here, everything needs to go to Xindi escalation, which, heck, I actually need to go ahead and click that. Everything needs to go to Xindi escalation, particle beam delay, and then critical damage floor, and then worry about things after that. So, but those 3 are the most important in this one. And hey, I can do a single chest pull. So I'll go do a single chest pull. Single chest pull done. Which means I technically don't have to do that today. But I do need to do this. I'm behind on my wave defenses. Now see, I'm never going to use the Armada speed up. That's just me. I'm going to put stuff to other things first. But I recognize that a lot of players are going to go for that one very, very quickly. And I get it. I get it. I'm not going to, but I completely understand those who are. Like, definitely no judgment on that. I completely understand the logic. You able to get trip to tier 2 yesterday when I did all the buildings, built your Sanctus? Congrats on the Sanctus, Nelson. My trip is also now tier 2. I don't know how far I'm going to push this one. I do still need to do some upgrades, but I haven't decided how far I'm going to push. I want to get at least to the next milestone. Let me click all these out. I want to get to at least the next milestone because I'm only like 400,000 away, or 800,000 away, sorry. I want to at least get to this next milestone, but I don't think I'm going to go here. I don't think I'm going to go there. All right, so we're hunting Cardassians. We'll jump in this one real quick. Armada speed up is a lifesaver. Did 6 Origin Space Armadas while people were still waiting on their first one. Oh yeah, I'm not saying it doesn't have value. I'm just saying that I'm going to go for other things first. It just doesn't bother me. And also I'm in an alliance where a lot of people have already done that. So, and nobody other, even though I do get stream sniped, nobody tends to bother me when I'm doing solo armadas. So, yeah. But I definitely get the appeal, 100%. No shame if that's what you focused on. It's just not, I'm met on it. Billion locked all 3. Ops 47. Which faction would you recommend? Whichever one you like the ships of the most. Like if you think the Federation ships are great, Fed. If you like the Klingons, like a good American Klingon, literally pick whichever ones you think look the best. Because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The faction you choose has not mattered for a very long time. Pick whichever one you like. Whatever one's your favorite. Reading Armada speed up to the expansion cubes yesterday, it made them doing super efficient. I can see, now, you mentioned that. I never do expansion cubes. That might actually make me semi-think about it. Make me semi-think about it. All right, so go here, a Survivor. And then Impulsive, we'll get Kurt. And 85%. You got the whole health boost and crit chance favors first. Then I got the Armada speed ups. Nice. Very nice. Let's see. Do I have a warrior handy? I do. All right. Let's do health. Who's available? 6. I'm not using you right now. And bones. Since the big guns in my alliance are carrying me through Deep Space Armadas, I feel speeding it up is the polite thing to do. That makes complete sense, AQ. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that logic at all. In fact, I'm sure they appreciate that. I'm quite sure they appreciate that. So that's awesome. Again, I'm just telling you why I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it's a bad choice. It's just not a choice I'm personally making. Security, don't have anybody I've done. And then tactical, Mitchell. All right, so now we'll do just overall defense, Spock, and away we go. 20 expansion cubes in 30 minutes. That's great. I've probably got 20 expansion cubes saved up in directives. I just haven't used them. All right, so we need to repair this ship. Use that one I got laying around. There we go. Now we can repair this. And we'll send our Katinga out to this since we're just grinding Cardassian armadas at the moment. But chat, throw in again. What are some of your favorite memories from January playing the game? It's always good to look on the positives and see what you enjoyed doing. Always good to look at the positive. So, is it worth pushing the XSLB to get Enterprise E per card? I would say, Douglas, in your case, I don't know what the leaderboard looks like for you, but 24 shards of Enterprise E per card means getting at least in the top 25, and I would absolutely say do that. It is definitely worth unlocking Enterprise E per card. It definitely is worth unlocking for Enterprise E per card. So if you can get in the top 25 and you don't have a ton of spenders in that XSLB fighting you, I would say do it. But again, that's going to be, you know, dependent on what it looks like in your leaderboard. And I obviously can't see it. So you did say the epic 4-star ships matter for which faction you choose. I said the epic 3-star. I mean, the 4-star doesn't really matter. Not anymore. Pick what you like. I mean, I personally think the Tribune's the best of the 3 because of its ability with shots. But they boosted the base stats of the Hegta and the Enterprise A like 2.5 years ago. So all of them will work just fine. All right, we're working on getting all of our buildings up to 49. I think this requires, yeah, I got to get our refinery up, which means I got to get my dilithium vaults up. And I got to get them to what, 49? Yeah, so got to work on that. Thankfully, I've got the ore. All right, and this should give me my Trip Tucker. No, I didn't get the Trip Tucker yet. All right, yeah, 400 short, 400,000 short. So we'll just go ahead and flow through these. I guess I should be more efficient with my speed ups, but I'm not, so I don't care. Lithium warehouse, titanium vault, working on it. Working on it. Give me just a second. All right, there we go. There we go. And then 1 day speed ups. This is why we do my anomalous phenomenon, which I need to go do. And start that. Here we go. I did make an epic video 2 weeks ago, Nelson. I did. I did. Nelson's watching the videos. That makes me happy. Yeah. Tickles my little heart. Thank you. Currently 4th, and I still have Ops 27 to start and 2 rare armadas that I can use to try and secure it. Ooh, I never really tried to use rare armadas for that, but I understand the logic. I've wondered on G5 research, does it apply to ships which go through multiple generations? If so, does it only apply when you get G5 tier? It only applies if it's a G5 ship. So, I mean, she's doing all right today, Douglas. Her surgery is scheduled in April. We're just trying to raise money for the surgery right now. We're trying to raise money for the surgery. And then I've got my renal, what do you call it? Sonogram. Thing with the gel. That. Ultrasound. I got my renal ultrasound in a week and a half. So we both got stuff going on. Getting old sucks. Getting old sucks. I don't recommend. If you're out there, don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. If y'all would like to help with said medical expenses, exclamation point, donate. Never required, but heckin' appreciated as we push through. Keep going back, watching older ones, looking for nuggets. That's smart, Nelson. I love that. And I appreciate that because it helps out me and the kids. For me to unlock Picard, I have to get 5 times my current points. Yeah. Definitely don't go buy any packs for it, man. Growing old is obligatory. Growing up is optional. Said like a true miscreant. Love it. True miscreant. Let's see. All right, there's only one alternative to getting old. And recommending it would be against TOS. Yes, let's not recommend that. Not recommend that. Trying to donate to Venmo, but the link is dead. Should it be? Let me click it. Yeah, it works fine. I mean, I just clicked it and it worked fine. Let me open it in another window just to see. Yeah, works fine. Hit me up on Discord if you have any issues. I'll try to sort it out with you. You know a way to get 2,000 disco parts in a day? Only when there's an event store, and sadly there's not an event store. But only when there's an event store up. Now, you do have the battle debris, which can give you spore drop components, but not 2,000. Not 2,000. But this can give you spore drop components every week in addition to your anomalous phenomenon grind, which allows you to do your turn-ins. Let me actually do my anomalous phenomenon before I forget about it, because I have done it before while streaming. Completely forgot about it. You have a Discord channel? Absolutely, Carlo. There you go. There you go. There's my Discord link. Yeah, we've got 25,000 nerds in there. Whole bunch of nerds. Is the pre-arc launch video something that's going to continue? It seems so. Obviously, we'll have to verify that with Scope. It's their decision. But also, shout out to Doug, donating $10 towards the surgery cost. Thank you so much, man. I really do appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate you supporting me and my family. Thank you very much. But yeah, I just got it, Doug. right here. Bam. Thank you. I do appreciate it. Yeah, we got a big Discord with a bunch of helpful people. So like, if I'm not around necessarily, there's going to be somebody there who's happy to help you out. There's a lot of really, really good people in there. So, who that is? I don't recognize that person. Anyway, there you go. If y'all haven't joined already, go ahead and join and come talk Star Trek with us. Is the alternative getting old, practicing blood magic? Hey, I don't know anything about that. I don't follow astrology. Hey, Denny, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, always love it. We have so many people that I've recognized just like over the years. As a reminder, this is y'all's opportunity, by the way, to get an early in on the poll that we'll have out tomorrow. If y'all want to go ahead and give your immediate thoughts to Enterprise Part 1. There is Le Poll right there. If y'all want to jump in on it. It's, I'm curious to see what the different answers are going to be. I really am. I'm very curious. So, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This score is a whole room full of geeks, as Major Samo would say. She is a huge nerd. She is a huge nerd. You travel to a planet like Zephyr and Cochrane? Smart. Smart. You're in? Welcome in, Carlo. Good to see you. Raj, what are you on? Oh no, I went boom. Did somebody pop me and I didn't pay attention? How did I go boom? Yeah, Spaceballs came and got me. He got my poor little Katanga. My poor little Katanga. Poor Katanga. He never did anything to nobody. There was not an update that I'm aware of, Matt. I mean, yes, there was not an update to like how to use a Scopely ID, but they did change the wording to try to make it easier for people to understand when they're switching accounts. Welcome in, Carlo. Your $50 tech? Well, welcome in. Good to see you. I see that you also play Pokemon. We love a fellow nerd. We love a fellow nerd. Apparently, my Gen Chat is talking about pancakes. All right. We'll go ahead and warn you, there are some weirdos in there, like myself. You like your blood wine, very young and very sweet. That is a quote from DS9 when Miles O'Brien and Worf were having a bet. They were on the second level of Quark's bar, watching Jadzia Dax and Quark go at it in a game of Dabo. Yeah. Yeah. Y'all only wish Scopely's developers were as much of a Star Trek nerd as I am. Bam. Are they playing Tongo or Dabo? Dang. I guess I am a Scopely dev. Rip. They're playing Tongo or Dabo? Well, I got 90% of the scene right. Great 39 plus video and great timings. I'll hit 39 next arc. Currently, all I need to work on, including rep for all three, is VPs for Titan and Monovine. Get to it, Jimmy. I believe in you. Yeah, Tongo. Oh, thank you, Kalini. So I did miss part of the scene. Rip. Well, oh well. It's a good scene either way. It's a good scene either way. Oh, you did the Google survey. Well, thank you. Do encourage everybody to participate because these actually do go in front of multiple Scopely employees. Believe it or not, these go in front of multiple Scopely employees. One of the few things that I get to take them every month that they will listen to. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Yeah. What other questions y'all got before we get closer to our wrap-up time? I'm the worst Trekkie there is. I know nothing about the shows except some of the big things like the Battle of Wharf 359. Well, Nelson, why don't you just come watch more Star Trek with us? Why don't you come watch Star Trek with us? Come be a nerd. So, you do it every time you send us in the link? Well, thank you, Raj. I appreciate that. And again, tomorrow we'll do the video on it. We always tend to give everybody like a heads up today, but don't be dissuaded. I really do need people to actually watch the video because obviously that's how I support my kids, primary way. So if y'all get an opportunity, do that. If y'all get an opportunity, do that. So, after you charge the Borg cutting cube. What do you do next? I've selected a button hostile, but nothing when I hit the button. So there'll be a little yellow button you need to hit to activate the beam. If it's not activating, well, you need to hit me up and we probably need to submit a ticket for you, because that's not right. We're gonna start a full watch through of Star Trek after you watch Babylon 5. Why won't you torture yourself by watching Babylon 5? Are you trying to just set yourself up like a low bar and then move up to Star Trek? I can understand that logic. Did you go like Andromeda, Babylon 5, Star Trek? Is that how you did? It really reaches the dev team? Yeah, I mean, for better or for worse, I talk to the devs, and I'm blessed to do that. And now that they've actually given the content creators our own handler, if you will, it's actually multiple people in front of Scopely. Besides just messaging it directly to devs, we get to give it in front of meetings, which is nice. So at least I do. I don't know what everybody else is doing, because they don't put us all in one room, which is weird. So Babylon 5 had great ship battles for its time. Dude, Galar, I believe you that at its time, it probably was great. But as someone who did not grow up with like 80s styled sci-fi, it just looks terrible to me. It's unwatchably bad. But I'm one of those like disgusting millennials. So y'all feel free to shame me in the chat. Feel free to shame me in the chat. But the graphics are so disgustingly bad. And it's awful. I have tried it, Slith. I have tried it. And I tell you, Babylon 5 is terrible. I wouldn't say terrible, but it's not a top 5 sci-fi. Not even close to being a top 5 sci-fi for me. Doesn't mean it's, terrible and shouldn't be watched. There are some sci-fis I believe that shouldn't be watched, but it's not better than any Star Trek that exists. NX-01, Captain Archer, the rest of the Enterprise crew. Well, guess we'll have to see what February has, Jason. It had its moments. Oh yeah, like Walter Koenig being in it, and actually, damn fine acting job. I mean, there is some good story in Babylon 5, but just like the overall premise, meh. Jason, I couldn't answer that question even if I knew the answers. You know that. I'm not going to break an NDA to answer some random person's question in chat. I'm just not going to. It's one of the best storylines all the way through 5 seasons. I disagree, Jockey, but if you enjoy it, that's great. I love that you enjoy it. I think it's fantastic. I think like many things, it's one of those shows that has a generational gap, right? That's completely okay. Just like I will talk to so many Star Trek fans who are above the age of like 40, 45, who hate basically all new Trek. Yet there are millions of people my age and younger who absolutely love new Trek. There's just, I think that's just a natural progression of time, and the style of what people like changes. It's okay. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I don't fault anybody for liking Babylon 5. Now, I will fault you if you like Battlestar Galactica 1980. If you like Battlestar Galactica 1980, you should have your sci-fi fandom card revoked. That is inexcusable. Babylon 5, way better than that. But, yeah, I mean, if y'all enjoy it, that's fantastic. I love that. You still remember recording it on VHS? Wow. Yeah. You're already banned. You have to say, what's up, Ripper? How are you, man? How are you doing, Ripper? Not a fan of Galactica 1980. I don't know if anybody was a fan of Galactica 1980. That was abysmal. And y'all should be proud of me that I've actually watched all 3 Battlestar Galactica. And I would say that the early 2000s Battlestar Galactica, believe it or not, it's going to make y'all feel bad because it's going to age you a little bit. The newest Battlestar Galactica came out over 20 years ago. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. It happened. It's been over 20 years since the revamp. 20 years. It's legal to drink now. Yikes, right? Yikes. But I've watched all 3 Galacticas, and 2 of them are good. One of them is not. One of them is very not. So, Voyager is as old now as TOS was when Voyager came out. Wow. Is there any reason they can't update dead content like Amalgam Store, Apex Store, etc.? They just did an update to Apex. What do you mean? They did an update to Apex just a few months ago. They just did an update to Apex. remember reading somewhere online that they were planning on a new Battlestar Galactica. I'm curious to see what and when, right? You like 1980 Battlestar Galactica, but I'm a 2000s baby and I went back to it as nostalgia after 2006. Really? You managed to sit through it and go, man, this is good? I'm kind of shocked. Hey, but hey, enjoy what you enjoy. I'm still revoking your card. Thoughts on Buck Rogers in the 25th century? Never seen it. I bet if I Google it, it's from before I was born. Is it from before I was born? I bet it was. Let's see. Buck Rogers and the 25th century. Let's see. Yeah, 1979. Never seen it. For my time. It's got a 38% on Rotten Tomatoes. That's terrible. Wow, that's really bad. 38%? All right. The audience score is 54%, which ain't much better. I can understand critics being idiots and not getting things right. But man, when the audience says it's not good, probably not going to go back and watch that one. Random question, but do you watch F1? I do not watch F1. I think F1 is better racing than NASCAR is, but I don't watch either. So, I don't watch either. First season was good. Second season was bad. Lots and lots of spandex. Man. Yeah, I'm a weirdo to some of y'all because I dislike the over-sexualization of women, and I would rather them have just like good roles. The older I get, the more I realize that there are beautiful women everywhere, and I don't need them to just be beautiful. I need them to actually have good stories on my TV. So like the whole spandex craze, I don't get. But again, this just shows you there's a difference in generations, right? You'll find that opinion a lot amongst people my age and younger. Oh, AQ, I hate NASCAR. I associate NASCAR with drunken rednecks, which is why I don't like it. The NASCAR itself is fine, I guess. You're going 200 miles an hour in a left turn. Cool. But I associate NASCAR with drunk rednecks, so I hate it. All right, so let's switch this around. We're going to go do this up here. Xindi. Maybe we'll get lucky and we'll find a trader. All right, let's see. Easy on the NASCAR? No, I'll tell you what I think about it. I hate it. But that doesn't mean I'm going to like boycott it and say nobody who follows Rev should watch NASCAR. Watch whatever you like, man. I'm just never going to watch it with you. You would have to pay me a lot of money to go to a NASCAR. A complete, like, ton of money. A lot. Never use a nasty car drive for a bank robbery. You always end up back at the bank. Love how you auto-corrected that to nasty car by accident. That's beautiful. That's beautiful. We're actually going to call it that now. It's nasty car. It's nasty car. So. All right, go back over here and get more of our grind in. Let's check our refinery. Since we streamed last night, I'm going to not have any of these refineries for a while. Yeah, 4 hours. I can do them. So. But anyway, what other Star Trek questions y'all have, chat? Anybody got any more Star Trek questions? If not, no big deal. I mean, I enjoy hanging out with y'all, period. And I remind y'all, hey, if y'all want to hang out and just chat, like we just have a good time, y'all should come to the Twitch streams more often. It's tough to get everybody to come to Twitch from YouTube for some reason. I don't understand why. But if y'all want more just content, especially nerdy content, that's where to go. Like we did Star Trek Fleet Command last night. We did War Thunder the other day. We also did Baldur's Gate, which is a new game that won Game of the Year in 2023. I mean, if y'all want more content and y'all want to come hang out, it's completely free to come follow on Twitch, but it's more adult fun oriented than anything else. So Talios Enigma refit for me. So you want a new refit? Thanks for the great content. And greetings from Brazil, Mauricio. How are you doing? Sucks because my Brazil streamer friends are actually getting hurt by this new Twitch update. But good to see you. See you. A little bit late for the Europeans. Hey, Ming, I've actually been starting a little bit earlier on there. Just FYI. Our start times, what we've been doing is starting at 5 p.m. Central Standard Time, which is 2 hours earlier than normal. So it's around 11 o'clock to midnight. I know that's still late, but it's earlier when we've been starting. So, and thank you, Raj. I appreciate that. Kind of preparing to go to Ops 39 and planning ahead. Kelvin or Katinga? What are the most heavy pros and cons? Choose what you like. Doesn't matter. I personally love the Katinga. It's a battleship, means more hull health, means better overall armada and grind performance. But if you had to pick one that's the easiest to go after, it's the Valdor, because you have ISS Jelly Brawl and Parabellum giving you all the materials needed ahead of time at level 39, meaning that by the time you hit 42, you can have a Valdor up to tier 5 very quickly. So some of you U.S. citizens microwave water in a mug to make a tea. I don't do that, but I do know that there are Americans who microwave water instead of just boiling it. So with the main account, where did you decide to relax at? Are you asking like historically? So the areas that I've either camped or soft camped, 49, 46, 42, 39, 35. Really didn't do anything because I went 29 and then worked my way up to 35. So that's the general run of how I do it. At Ops 41, should I focus on my base or research more? At 41, I would be trying to get to 42 as quickly as possible to get my faction ship. That's what I would be doing. That's what I personally would do. Plan for the next tier ship. If you think you want the Pylum, don't get the Kelvin. That's also good advice, Matthew, because they will eat up a lot of the same resources, obviously, with them being the same ship type. So definitely something you want to keep in mind when you're doing that. $45 or 46, I would do 46 because again, Pylum, Coronar, Newton, and those are gonna be your most important ships for a long time. Like my Pylum is fantastic ship, and I love my Pylum. Why did I send you here? You are not supposed to be here. You are not supposed to be here. If you see a trader you can hit, you need to go home. I don't know how you got here, but you've got Hugh, so you're not gonna be any use. Go away. Go away. And you're welcome, Jason. UK is not angry, just disappointed. Well, I don't know how much I like keep the opinion of the UK in mind, because y'all eat blood sausage and blood pudding. It's gross. Andrew, I have a video out tomorrow, or we'll have the link and we'll share it out. We'll have a video out tomorrow. We're close to celebrating now with Fed. I'm going to dual grind Fed ROM until I get maxed out, and then work on Klingon. Prefer for ROM so I get the Pylum, but I'm too close to Fed. That's completely fine. Like I said, there's no real wrong answer anymore, because the research and everything has advanced to a point where it really is a choose what you like argument. It doesn't really matter. And yeah, I know I'm using Platinum. It doesn't really matter what you end up going, because if you've done your research, if you worked on forbidden text, if you've got artifacts, etc., it's literally just picking what you like and running with it. There are slight pros and cons to either. Like battleships are naturally going to be a little bit slower, for example, but that doesn't make them bad choices either. Oof, that's a pricey, but oh well. We got to upgrade it. All right, so that's going to take us to that next tier, and then we'll just need to do our defense platforms, and I need more rare gas before I can do my defense platforms. I do drink blood wine on stream. Yeah, we actually drank a glass of wine on stream last night, Lee. Again, these are things that I do on Twitch, not on YouTube. YouTube is just pure informational, whereas on Twitch, we try to be a little bit more entertaining, have a little bit more fun, laid back, have a good time. Because life shouldn't be so serious, right? So we try to focus on fun. Debating maximize Xindi loot favor or the first level of the critical floor. I would do critical floor. I mean, no, I'm sorry. I would do Xindi first and then critical floor. So I'm going particle beam delay, Xindi escalation, and then critical floor. That's the order I'm going and what I would recommend. Critical floor is not bad. I'm not saying it is. It's actually very much needed, but getting more loot from Xindi is choice number one for me. Choice number 1. Does the cube work against Borg solos? The cube does not get a bonus versus Borg solos. No, TR. Does not get a bonus versus Borg solos. All right. Is there a trader in here? There is not. Let's move to another system and look in there. So the cube just stickneeth on the faction. Let the cube be the section. What? I don't know what that means, Joseph. Those aren't real words. I don't even think that's British words. I think those are British words. You like the interceptors because they're faster? And that's a completely legitimate reason to like something else. Completely legit. Yeah, the bad thing about the crit floor is it basically needs to be maxed to matter, which is why I don't recommend piecemeal upgrading it. Because until it's maxed, it really doesn't matter, you know, what you have. Because you're not going to put Hugh back on your boat until there is that max. So I would say it doesn't really matter. You could argue tier 4 maybe you get away with it, but yeah, I mean, basically you max out. So that's why I save it for last of the 3. All right, let's see. Got a trader in here. No trader. Like everybody else has already got them. See, there's too many people who are always grinding here. Y'all might be on servers where they stopped doing it because they hated it, but mine, people still doing them. People still doing them. Spawn rate of Xindi traders is actually really high MHP compared to things like scouts and everything. It actually is very high. It's just more of how many people are around grabbing them, because there is a trader active at any given moment. There's a trader out there. So, well, I wouldn't say that Balana, Kim, and Neelix need to be maxed to be effective. I mean, tier 3, tier 4, they're effective. But obviously max is better. All right, so there's not one here. I'm going to go up a couple systems and just see, because all of these will give the same 41 trader. All right, come on, move faster, damn you. Move faster. Fly, you fool. Fly. I think interceptors take the most time for upgrading because there's just so much things that use crystal. They can. I would say that burden gets alleviated a little bit in the 4-star realm, because like if you're building a trader, well, that trader takes the type that it mines. So like a Federation trader no longer needs crystal like the Antares does, which is fantastic, right? I think that's good. But the system's not necessarily perfect, but it's easier, whereas before it feels almost impossible. You know, I have the most of crystal right now than anything, and my primary ship is a pylon. Now, one of the reasons I probably have so much is because I'm done upgrading the pylon. Like, I'm not taking it past tier 9, but I've got plenty of crystal. What I am short on is gas. That's my current bottleneck. So if I go into my materials, scroll down to the bottom, 4-star. Oh yeah, that's 5-star. 4-star. See, oh, I'm sorry. Which one am I short on? All right, because I've got the gas. Oh, it is crystal I'm short on. My bad. I had it backwards. Oh, yeah, because I did take the pylon to tier 9, and I've left the coronar at tier 7. So I've got gas, but I'm low on rare gas. I've got the most rare ore. So, ship parts, I got tons of battleship, tons of explorer, very little interceptor ship parts. So, and then 5-star, I've got a little bit of 5-star. Not much. That's awesome, TJ. That is fantastic, man. I'm just trying to get some of these 41s. Don't see any. Don't see one. Oh. And we'll go see the 48. Eat beans, thank you. Well, I'm glad, one, that you're Korean. We love our Korean friends. And I'm glad that you're enjoying the information. And I'm not... We don't call people master in America, but thank you. But thank you. It's a little different. Not used to that. Not a bad thing. Not used to it a little bit. Catch me off guard a little bit. Thank you. I think. You're in G3 currently and have more G4 mass in G3. Don't worry, Breakthrough. They'll disappear very quickly. Don't worry, they'll disappear quickly. They will disappear quickly. Now you know how to write Suliban in Korean. Yikes. 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 All right, let's see if there's any traders in here. And doesn't look like my luck is in for traders today. I'm gonna go back down to 42s and do my grind. I'm like a teacher. I'm sure it is. It's a communication thing. And you would know, you dirty communist, Raj. How you doing, Raj? Obviously best play with Alliance, but that needs to be tweaked. I noticed in waves that just a lot of people are joining them and not playing. Just parking to complete the event. Yeah, those people suck. That sucks. I would be very aggravated with those individuals. I would not be happy with those individuals. Are you using a warp crew to reach Peric with your discovery? Peric. System I don't have memorized. I don't use my discovery. I just go there with my Voyager. I don't use my discovery. I just go with my Voyager. Voyager has great warp range. Rio, pvptarget.com. pvptarget.com. I can't imagine the disco getting here. Warp 405, that's a long way away. I mean, I'm sure we could look at trying to find different crews to push that out there, but I'd use my Voyager to go out there. You have a bone to pick? Oh no. With what and why? We got 4 minutes left on our stream time. What's your bone? So. All right. Look at the amount of bonus warp range you get with that max prime. Well, I don't have that prime. I don't have any primes for disco, nor would I ever buy them. So, nor would I ever buy them. Am I twitching tonight? Honestly, hadn't thought about it. It really comes down to how many people want me to. Really? So I might play like, if I did it, I'd play like War Thunder or something. But I've actually streamed a lot this month. More than normal. But big thing is getting more people to come play and just enjoy the games. And I'm not trying to sound like I'm against Star Trek Fleet Command. I do still love Star Trek Fleet Command. But really wanting people to come hang out and us play other games. But this month on Twitch, I have streamed 76 hours. 76 hours. And there still is 2 more stream days left. So the most I've ever streamed in 1 month was back in August 2020. I streamed 83 hours in a single month. That was the most I ever streamed. And that was because Eve Echoes came out. So this month I have streamed 76 hours. And it'll probably end up being at least 80. It just depends on how many people come over and hang out. Truly. So, am I tempted to stream / play Pal World? I am. As I've said, I'm not spending much money this year because everything has to go to taxes and stuff and go to the surgeries that are happening. So that's the focal point. If people want to buy games, yeah, we can definitely try them out on stream and stuff. But every time that y'all donate to the channel, that's going to medical bills right now. So the last game I bought was Baldur's Gate, and I bought that last year before the surgery thing was even coming up. So. Kind of missed the past couple streams. I don't work today, so I was wondering. Okay, good to know. What do you think about Sea of Thieves? Not interested in it. Honest answer, it's been out too long. So, oh, shoot, a traitor. Oh, shoot. There's a traitor. We got anybody else in here? We got one. Have you tried the mods out? I've not modded Baldur's Gate at all, no. Again, the big thing is just getting people to come hang out and just have a good time. And if y'all haven't joined the Twitch stream, here's the link. Doesn't cost you anything. Just go over there and follow. Come watch. Come hang out. So, but I've not traded any mods, or haven't tried out any mods for Baldur's Gate yet. I haven't even finished the main storyline, and I always finish a game first before I do mods. Always finish a game before I do mods. Trader has retired. Yeah, she said that if she ever played again, she wouldn't come back to server 20. So that was the last time I talked to her. Ever try FTL? Nope. Nope. I hope it doesn't despawn, man. I love the traders, but they will despawn on you if you don't get them quick enough because they move system to system. They move system to system. But yeah, the most fun game I've played in the past 6 months has been Baldur's Gate. I've really enjoyed the game. And I've streamed most of my first playthrough. Like, I've really enjoyed it. All right, so let's go here. I'm trying to get my daily amount. I've now got over 3,000, which is huge. The new ISO no size, my faster ISO miners, my 58er, and my Max Nova is best protected cargo. Nice. I'll still come hit you OPC, Ming. I'll still come hit you OPC. No, I've never played Palia. I've seen it, never played it. Funniest mistake I ever made was pulling the wrong lever to save the gnome from the windmill. Hey, that's in Act 1. That's in Act 1. I know where that's at. No, just on Twitch, Lee. The only thing that goes on Star Trek Fleet Command, or only thing that goes on YouTube is Star Trek content. Whether it be Star Trek Fleet Command or just Star Trek content in general. We don't put anything besides Star Trek on the channel. So. Let's see. Are there any other traders? I got to move systems. Do you think we'll ever be able to assimilate stuff or get a tractor beam? No. Probably not. Maybe a tractor beam, but not assimilate stuff. No. You don't know if your pilot can kill a Max Nova? It's maxed? I didn't read the max part. Probably not. Probably not the maxed part. No. Probably not. I didn't read the max part. Why not what, Raj? Why not what? Why have I not played Palia? Big thing is I just don't have enough time to do all the things I want to do. And for me, because this is what I do for a career. Any game I play has to be something that interests people and, well, let's just be open and honest. Brings in money. So I really don't game besides work. And thankfully, y'all enjoy some of the games that we've played like War Thunder and Baldur's Gate. Oh, the reason I don't put anything else on YouTube is because it really hurts your SEO and your discoverability if you're variety on YouTube. So the reason that my YouTube channel is small but still pays a little bit of money is because it's only Star Trek. And if I move outside of that niche, the value of my channel goes down because the demographics become less predictable. So, but then again, it's also really hard to get people who watch on YouTube to come over on Twitch. So, but it's neither here nor there. I appreciate everybody. Y'all are all amazing. Thank y'all so much for hanging out. It's time to wrap it up. Time to wrap it up. If y'all want to support the upcoming surgeries, there's exclamation point donate links. We usually ask about once an hour. Thank y'all for those who choose to support. We've had, I think we maxed out like 350 people watching. If everybody sent in $5, we could help get closer to paying that off. Never required, greatly appreciated. Live long and plunder. Stay safe for those space cowboys. Deuces, that's me. Remember, everybody's always welcome to hit me up directly with the message on Facebook or Discord if you need any help, and I will catch y'all all on the next piece of content. I don't know if I'm streaming on Twitch today, but if I am, well, I guess I'll ping the Discord. So,
an even better outro than the intro for the Empire and glory to your house.